Yes! Yes!
Welcome to a video on how to get good at D.va. Perhaps the hero that is not only capable of initiating with a huge burst of damage, but also has access to the single highest damaging ultimate in the game. Players who use this Dorito munching gremlin will not only be able to carry their degenerate teammates to victory, but also easily shred through the enemy's backline faster than a fucking free fall in the stock market. Let's get started. This Korean gamer has access to quite an interesting kit at her disposal, comprising of many things that run on short cooldowns. The exception to this rule, however, is her primary fire, which consists of a pair of rapid fire shotguns that can deal up to 22 damage per shot if you're able to land all of the pellets. These have no ammo capacity limit, so feel free to shoot for as long as you want. However, when firing your shotguns, you will move noticeably slower. So going against mobile characters such as Lucio or the LGBT representative may prove to be a bit more difficult, so it is best suited to go against large targets that have no form of mobility options like Roadhog or Orisa, as to ensure that you can farm their massive health pools. Of course, if you feel as if your shotguns are not carrying their weight, then simply use the micro missiles, as combining these with your shotguns will allow you to tear through a Roadhog's entire health pool in less than 2 fucking seconds, allowing you to tell that pigman to piss off back to the farmhouse that he came from, as he'd be more useful there. These micro missiles also have a little bit of splash on them, allowing you to very easily send them down a choke as to apply pressure and chip damage, which can contribute greatly towards your ultimate charge. However, what if I was to tell you that there was a second ability that you can combine with on top of your missiles and shotguns? Yes, and that ability is her boosters, which allows D.va to move at more than twice as fast and grants her the ability to fly for the next 2 seconds. Not only is this shit so good in dive bombing some poor fucking support whose teammates lack to give a damn about, but because its cooldown is only 4 seconds, it essentially gives D.va the ability to very easily reach objectives as well as travel along flanking routes very quickly. Ramming the mech into an enemy will also deal 10 damage to them, as well as knocking them back slightly, which whilst not exactly impressive by any means, does allow you to add that on top of your already high as fuck burst damage output. The boosters can also be cancelled early, for if you wish to not waste it. Though, with D.va being in the tank role, it is expected that she has a way to protect her teammates, and whilst her method does not involve a shield, what this thing can do, in some cases, can be considered even better than a shield. Defense Matrix is your defense tool in protecting both yourself as well as the degenerates that we call teammates. Any bullet or projectile that comes close to this thing will instantly be deleted with no fucking problem whatsoever. Enemies are about to trap your team using a black hole? No problem. Sometime bending LGBT representative about to lob a bomb? Of course. The high noon man ready to tell the time? Absolutely. The overweight pig man unleashing his whole load everywhere? Are you even fucking trying, mate? Literally a single press of this button can very easily just get rid of their ultimate without any fucking problem. Except for the floating Ligmarok, because ninjas said so. Defense Matrix is also limited to a set amount of resource and can only be used up to a maximum of 2 seconds before needing to recharge, so be sure to save this shit for when the situation calls for it. Now comes D.va's first ultimate. Yes, she has 2 of them, and we'll get to the second one later. D.va's first ultimate sets her mech to overdrive, causing it to self-destruct 3 seconds later. This explosion is capable of dealing the single highest instance of damage in the game, at up to 1000 damage, which when combined with a massive as fuck radius at 20 entire fucking meters will basically allow you to dump this shit literally towards the general direction of a objective, and most of the time will at least kill someone unfortunate idiot who just so happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Once the mech has exploded, D.va will be granted the ability to move around in her gremlin form, also known as Baby D.va. Baby D.va doesn't have much to offer as a whole, only having as much health as the LGBT representative and a pistol that doesn't exactly do a lot of damage. However, baby D.va also has an ultimate of her own that can not only be used to go back into the mech, but if players feel like adding extra salt into the enemy team's bloodstream, then they can deploy the mech right on top of an enemy to deal 250 damage to them and most likely kill them instantly. This will not only allow for one of the very few meme strategies in the game to work half to the time, but to also collectively tilt the unfortunate shits that you killed off the face of the fucking earth. What makes this even better is that this ultimate can be charged very quickly, taking at most just under 5 seconds to fully charge it. D.va is a tank that is capable of high amounts of versatility, and whilst she can get the job done, she does have a handful of flaws that the enemies can very easily exploit. Like most tanks, D.va is limited to close range engagements, as anything behind mid-range will do next to no damage. Her only form of defending her teammates is also limited to a resource that can deplete very quickly. So if the enemy team play their cards right, then by the time you run out of defense matrix, the enemy will then be able to just bypass your defenses and use their entire ultimate economy to ransack your team back to spawn. Thanks to this guide, you will now be able to very easily delete most enemy projectiles with a single button press as you send in nukes to achieve the easiest free kills that you will ever receive. Be sure to come back for the Doom Fist Get Good next week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more shit like this. Have fun.